Turning now to the battle for control of the House of Representatives and Paul Ryan's fight to save the Republican majority since his very public fallout with Donald Trump 2 weeks ago. The House Speaker has embarked on a cross-country tour designed to shore up vulnerable members, visiting 17 states and 45 cities in the closing weeks of the campaign. Wall Street Journal editorial board member Joe Rago was on the road with Ryan this week in Florida. So, Joe, let's set the stage here. There are 435 members of the House. Republicans have a majority that can afford to lose 30 or 29. They lose 30, they lose control. How many seats are really competitive this year?
Well, there's 57 seats that are maybe somewhat competitive, but it's really a core of about 40 seats. So if Democrats take 30 of those, if they run the table, they would flip the House.
Okay, and where are those seats? What kind of seats are they?
Well, they're primarily suburban, so think of the counties around Philadelphia, the Denver suburbs. They tend to be middle class, moderate, decided by a couple of percentage points, college-educated.
College-educated Republican voters are the ones that the Republican candidate really needs to get in those seats.
Right, and these are also the districts where Donald Trump is having the biggest problems winning over that block, those college-educated whites.
So if you look at the Republican field, what I hear, the Republican seats, I think what I hear is that about 1/3 of the seats are really pro-Trump. Another third maybe more anti-Trump, the majority of the district, and then somewhere in between. That's a very hard field to navigate for some of these Republicans.
It is, and I mean, Paul Ryan's really in a vice here because he's got all these competing constituencies and trying to hold everything together.
What is his strategy now for doing that?
Well, so he's going on this sort of barnstorming tour. He's trying to get a lot of local news coverage for these candidates, positive coverage. I was down with him in Miami with Carlos Curbelo. They toured an English language learning school.
And Curbelo has made education a real priority.
Education, anti-poverty, you know, and Ryan is also trying to promote this better way. This is his solutions-oriented agenda for 2017. He's saying to voters, here's what we want to do in Congress. Here's what we want to do on health care, on the economy, on national security. Hold us accountable for that. Here are specific ideas.
And this is the whole conference has agreed to this, right, left, and center, the whole Republican House.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable. The consensus that was formed came from the bottom up, organized organically. Everybody's got their own piece, and they're really running on these positive ideas.
But are these ideas breaking through in those districts? Because with the presidential campaign sucking up so much of the media attention, can they break through with specific ideas like this?
Well, it gives them something to talk about that's not Donald Trump, certainly.
Right.
It hasn't broken through nationally at all.
No,
I don't
that's
think,
not important for the House necessarily.
But what's important is when Paul Ryan goes to the district and gets on the evening news with the congressman talking about education, criminal justice reform, you know, all these things. I think they might be having more tangible results down ballot in the districts.
Now, when Democrats took the House in 2006, they ran against Iraq, the war, and they ran against corruption in Congress. What are they running against this time?
They're running against Donald Trump. They're trying to tie Republicans to his medicine ball. But the interesting contrast...
Because in some of these districts, he just isn't popular.
He's just very unpopular. The interesting contrast with 2006 is that Rahm Emanuel and Chuck Schumer picked moderate centrist Democrats who fit their district. That's what Republicans are running this year. These are good fits for those districts. The Democrats are really Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, so they're not quite as they don't have as much appeal really in these districts outside Denver.
That's potentially a really big help to Republicans who want to kind of dominate the middle of the political debate.
Yeah, I mean these are the districts that make a majority, and I think they're doing the best job they can.
What's your best estimate of how many seats Republicans lose?
I'm going to go with 15, maybe.
15?
If it's a big washout for Donald Trump, it's increasingly possible the House could flip, but I don't think that's likely.
All right, thank you, Joe.